Hi there. Welcome to our week 7 update. I don't know why I make these introductions. Every week I just list a bunch of stuff we're gonna do, and then I only get to half of it, and then we have to edit this out. And I need to put casters on this thing, and it's the 3rd week in a row. Will the casters fit this week, or will I edit that whole section out again? I don't know. Let's find out. Well, let's check in with the seedlings. Tomatoes looking good. We are going to up pot all these tomatoes today. That is goal number 1. Up potted tomatoes, potted up. I think it's potted up, not up potted. Potted up tomatoes here, looking good. Probably start adding more soil in there so they can start growing some more roots. Same with those. Lettuce is looking good. This stuff is moist soil, growing well. Could use some watering, but I just watered it the other day. This stuff back here looking good. Those peppers maybe could get potted up. Peppers are going to start getting potted up after tomatoes. That stuff back there is looking okay. This stuff, those peppers are looking nice. This might be ready for pots. And this stuff is all looking good. Cucumbers looking good. Onions looking good. We're looking good. We got some bugs back there, but I've learned how to take care of that. Anyway, we're going to do some potting up first. That's the first order of business this week. Pot up tomatoes. So there's this whole thing with determinate and indeterminate tomatoes, vining or not vining, and I paid no attention to it. So all these tomatoes have types. That is a pink brandywine from Ohio Seed Company. That is a giant Belgium. So as I'm doing this, I'm potting them up and I'm making new labels because I had 1 label per batch before and now I have to make 5 or 6. And I'm writing them down in my notebook so I can go through later on the computer and look up each one of them, figure out whether it's determinate or indeterminate, which means whether it's vining or bush, essentially. Apparently it's more complicated than that, but I don't understand it. But all I know is the ones that go on the trellises that vine are one of those types. I think indeterminate, I'm not even sure. I gotta learn it all. But the first step to learning it all is writing down every variety I have and figuring out if they're determinate or indeterminate. So as I pot these up, I'm labeling them, and then I'm typing them down so I can figure out what they are for the next step after this when they go outside in a couple weeks. Look at this. After 3 weeks, 4 different sets of casters ordered and Amazon messing them up. We finally have the casters on the shelf just in time to start wheeling it out there to harden off my seedlings. I haven't used this car in like a year, but now I'm using it for something. All the seedlings, getting some sun, first day of hardening off. Very excited. Look at these tomatoes. Look at this. This is lovely. Very exciting. So we're going to keep potting up tomatoes today and try and get that all done. And then we're going to bring this stuff back in. But tomorrow we're going to wheel the whole cart out for some hardening off. Very exciting. about 17 new potted up tomatoes over here, and about 25 new ones over here, in addition to the about 10 or so that I got before. 6 of these are watermelons, so about 35, 45, about 50 tomatoes have been potted up. This Asian basil is on its last legs. I think I'm going to move it outside today and water it good. So that'll be a little bit more room. I think we're just going to take this pepper plant and stick it outside. It's not in our plan for this year. So those two are going to get some more room. We will get, maybe 10, 15 more tomatoes there. So that will be some room. And we're going to move everything else now from outside where it is hardening off back onto its tray for the evening. It's almost dinner time. And we'll see about how much more room we have for tomatoes tomorrow. So let's get everything moved back onto the tray. Well, not a lot of room to add more potted up tomatoes. I think we could probably swap out some of these and get this thing full with them by putting some over on the other one. And then we have one more tray of tomatoes. So I don't know what we're going to do about that, but it is time to order dinner. And I'm going to think about this tonight, and we will talk again tomorrow. Move the overwintered pepper plants in one of the 3 overwintered Johnny's Tulsi Kampur Asian basils. I'm just moving them outside. The weather says it's never going to get below 50 in the evening. They're really under delivering. I got a lot out of that basil over the winter, and I think it's on its last legs. This pepper plant was supposed to be overwintered, but it grew. I'll probably trim it back and replant it with the other peppers, but I don't expect anything from them. So I'm going to take this space that they freed up over here, and that should give me another 15 or so tomato plants that I can pot up tomorrow. So that's part of the plan. Hello, hardening off veggies. Welcome to the great outdoors. This is your new home. Yay! Hello. It's the next day. Look at these great plants. We're getting a little bit of a late start today because I had to deal with some stuff with my mom, but I think we're ready to go. We're going to pot up some of the peppers, I think. I think we've got enough tomatoes potted up. We're gonna let these tomatoes suffer in these here for another week or so. And we're gonna fill up the remainder of this space here with peppers that we get potted up. So we have some thicker, hardier peppers for next week when we're gonna plant. We just checked the weather. There's gonna be some frosts on next Wednesday and Thursday-ish. So we're not gonna put anything outside this weekend. I was hoping we could, but it looks like it's gonna have to wait another week. So we're gonna pot up some peppers. We're gonna add some more dirt to the tomatoes that we potted up last week. Then we're going to check on the compost, and then we're gonna start putting dirt into our vertical container. So get that ready for next week. All right, let's get started. All right, our peppers are not all nice and organized like our tomatoes, all in trays with each other. Things have got moved around, so there's peppers everywhere. So here we got some sweet, and some Johnny's Red Flame. So basically, I think I have like 10 types of peppers and 6 pots of each. I can only really pot up right now maybe 20 peppers. So I'm gonna just try and pick a variety and get the hardiest, strongest, biggest looking ones potted up so that they can get stronger and ready to go outside next week. And then the rest we're gonna stagger a little bit, I think. So let's go. wife is doing pioneering work in kitty litter cat box design. If we put that on YouTube, it would probably be a bigger hit than anything I do. She's really blazing some trails here. I really got to get my garden table. It's on order. It should be here by next week, and I can do this outside now that it's nice out. Plastic recycling, garden soil, compost, trash, clear film recycling, new plants. Look, I mean, it's barely in the green zone, but it is in the green zone. Of course, it's almost 80 outside, but hey, we're getting somewhere. I'm feeling okay about that. Yeah, these bins are really nice. And the leaf mold has settled back down a little bit, so that's good. It's coming along. Coming along, pretty leaf mold. Yeah. So let's turn water. And I'm gonna leave the tarp off. And as you can see, it's gonna rain any minute now. The trees. So it'll get plenty of water today. All right, let's do it. This is a Greenstalk planter. I've never used it before, but I'm going to try it this year. Plants about 30, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 6. Yeah, 30 different things. Should be fun. It comes apart though. I got to fill all of these up with soil. So I'm going to take it apart, fill them up with soil, bring them back over here. What fun. Here's Mom. Say hi, Mom.
Hi.
All right, so here's the situation. This is my dirt. It is just dirt. It is just topsoil. It's pretty much peat moss with a little bit of sand. This is not what I'm gonna completely be planting in. I'm going to amend this with compost and vermiculite and fertilizers and things like that. But it's got some rocks in it, and I don't want rocks in it. So I started to fill it up. Hi, Jane, say hi.
Hi.
Over here, Jane.
Hi.
Hi. So I gotta filter it, sift it through the wheelbarrow sifter into that, about halfway full each one. And I will add vermiculite, compost, blood mealworms, fertilizer stuff, and that'll be my soil for these. So for now, strain, fill each one up halfway. Here we go. I should never be a roofer. My tarping does not prevent water to get into the soil. It's very thick and very wet. But we have filled these a bunch with some pretty good peat moss sandy soil that I think with the proper amendments will do these beds really well. It's very fine. I'm feeling pretty good about it. So the next step is to wheel this cart over to the garage and we will start amending. I don't know how far we're gonna get today. It's almost dinner time, but we'll get this finished by tomorrow. We will try and keep my very brown and dirty weekend garage projects away from my wife's very white and clean weekend garden projects. No problem. All right, we're gonna do this one as a test. Some vermiculite. Earthworm castings. Blood meal. Mix it in. I think we're gonna want a little bit more vermiculite here. Give it a good fluffy feel. Yeah, that feels like garden soil. And then we're gonna top it off with some compost. I'm supposed to fill it to here though, so I've underfilled these things a little bit. I don't know what I should do about that. I think I'm gonna adjust. Take stuff. We got 2 done there. We got 2 done here. So we're gonna fill the last one up. Hopefully we can get it done before it starts to rain. And then it's dinner time. And we will see you tomorrow. Hello. It's the next day. We have filled the last one. So now we have all 5 of the Greenstalks filled. There's my wife. Say hi. There's Jane. Say hi, Jane.
Hi, Jane.
So we're gonna move those through the house to the porch, which is over there. But if I go this way, I gotta go down and up. So I'm gonna go through. But before I do that, we are going to go fill up some peppers. The peppers I did 2 weeks ago are much bigger than the ones I did this week. So these guys are gonna get their cups filled up so they can get some more roots into the rest of the cups. So we're gonna do that now. I swear to God, I'm so ready to do this outside so I don't have to keep vacuuming up dirt. Okay, well, here we have all of them. The ones from 2 weeks ago, except for that little guy, a little runt of the litter there. But the rest of them, this technique, again, I learned from Next Level Gardening. 2-phase solo cup gives them a lot more roots, so they're all gonna grow taller now and get a lot more roots, so when they go outside, they'll be a lot hardier. That is the plan. And these guys here, we are gonna do that too in a week or so. They'll be sort of the second wave. And then a few of these here, I'm using my new mix instead of seed starting, so, because I was out. So this is a test. I'm a little bit scared, I'm not gonna lie. I've never made my own dirt before, so I watch a lot of videos of it. We'll see if it works, but it's kind of terrifying, but it has begun. And now we're gonna go move the Greenstalks. This is gonna be miserable, but given that there are 4 steps here and 2 doors in between, I don't think there's any sort of rolling solution. So I think, even though these things probably weigh 50 pounds each, the only option is to brute force it and bring them one by one. So here we go. A Greenstalk planter. Yay! Oh, it's nice. It's gonna be nice on the deck. I'm happy to try this thing. I'm excited. Terrified of my soil. This is my homemade soil. Got to put a layer of mushroom compost on the top to get to that fill line. But yeah, we're ready to go for next weekend. Oh, there's a water thing that goes on the top here. There we go. And it's got a little tube. Somewhere on the bottom is a spout. So basically to water this thing, you just fill this thing up and it drips water to all 30 plants, which is going to be great. I might try and hook it up to my drip irrigation too. I don't know. But that is done. Down there we have the birdies' beds. But it is starting to rain, so that's going to have to wait till next weekend, right before the planting goes in, which is a little less than ideal. Maybe I can get it done sometime during the week. But we shall see. In the meantime, have a lovely weekend. Enjoy the pond. And we'll talk to you soon. By next week, that cherry blossom tree should have some blossoms on it, which is going to be fantastic. Take care.